my name is Deborah. I am the mother with the Fuentes family, Tangible Tales. And our focus is doing wonderful family trips on a budget with a large family. And for some people, having a large family, it's very difficult to even consider doing any type of travel. But we have figured it out. My husband is currently a student, and so we have no income there. And I'm a midwife, and my income is sporadic. It comes in and then it doesn't. So we have figured out how to go on vacation and spend time together without spending a whole lot of money. And today I want to talk to you about the Greatwolf Lodge. So the Greatwolf Lodge has many different locations. The ones that we have been to is the one in Massachusetts and then the one in the Poconos Mountains. Now we live in the Poconos Mountains, so we kind of have it right in our backyard. And so I wanted to primarily focus on the Greatwolf Lodge in the Poconos. We have been there twice. The first time we went, we didn't have a great experience. Some things went wrong with trying to book the rooms next to a friend of ours, and so they have greatly made up for that. They have a wonderful customer service team who is more than willing to work with you if you have a poor experience. So our second trip, we got to go just after New Year's. And so we spent about 4 days there playing in the water park, and then they have a lot of different amenities that we're going to talk about today in this video. So get ready, because I'm excited to tell you all about it. So as you can see, the inside and the outside are really beautiful. It's a really, really beautiful resort, especially when it is all decorated for the holidays. And they do go out of their way specifically for the holidays. They do something for Halloween. They also do stuff for the New Year. They have a big celebration on the New Year. They have fireworks and different things. So if you're looking to come in for a holiday, you're in for a treat, because they really do go all out. So all out. So our check-in experience, we came in, we went and stood in a line. Usually there is a line in the afternoon, so they do let you check in around 1 o'clock, and you can take advantage of any of the activities past that point. Sometimes you can come in a little bit earlier and then check into your room a little bit later. So don't wait and come in late that first day. You can take every opportunity, if you're checking in, to come in early and participate in all of the amenities. They have bowling, they have golfing, and you'll see that later in the film. So number one tip, or the first tip, check in early. You get all of your stuff together and you either head to the first, second, or third floor. Each landing has a different Magi Quest item that is part of that game, and so you'll go through and you'll see people playing those games. You'll go down the hallway corridor and then you'll find your room. And we had a family room with a bunk bed, have anything from people who are coming to have alone time with their significant other, to having their family that may be a small size, to a family of a large size that can sleep up to 8. The videos I have coming up have the family room that has the bunk bed, which is a lot of fun. It has a TV in it. The kids loved it. And then we had the wonderful loft room. We liked that actually out of both the rooms. It was very spacious. It had a wonderful view. And I have several pictures of my husband working on his artwork while we were there. Really great opportunity to put on the fire if you're cold and just spend some time in the room. I will tell you, with all the amenities and all the activities that they have, it was very tiring. So kids could come back, take a nap. Another thing that is really awesome about Greatwolf Lodge is you have the refrigerators and you have the ability to bring your own food in. So tip number 2, if you're working on a budget, as most large families are, pack your own food. Now, in the Poconos, there is Walmart, literally right around the corner. There's Weis and ShopRite. ShopRite has a better selection of organic products than the other two. And then if you want to drive a little bit further, you can go down to Giant, which is another supermarket, and they have a better organic section. Why do I mention organic? Well, midwife. And I'm always going for the organic products. I want to do the most healthy products for my family. But as you see in the background here, I have oranges, halo oranges. So I guess sometimes you even make a compromise. But pack your own food. It'll save you a lot of money. We did do the dining plan. I wanted to see how much that would be, how good it was, and so we did participate in that the first time we went. The second time we went, we also did it again for one day. It is very, very, very convenient. So we do love the convenience, and because we are like right here in town, the first night we were there, we could smell all the crock pots down the hallway that people were using for their food when we were getting ready to settle in. So you can always bring a crock pot. You can always order sandwiches just down the road, pizza. But again, the food there is expensive. So adjust and expect that when you come. So our room was pretty awesome. In that room we had the queen size bed, but we also had a sofa that pulled out, and then we had the 2 bunk beds that you could see in there with the TV. So we had a refrigerator, we had a nice bathroom. It does kind of get loud with a lot of kids running up and down the hallways. So just understand that it's a family resort and you're going to have kids running up and down. It's going to be loud. But for the most part, they do have a lights out. So it doesn't disturb families. But yeah, it can get kind of rowdy. Anyway, so that was our first room. So let's talk about Magi Quest. So Greatwolf Lodge has this wonderful interactive game that kids can do going up and down the hallways and throughout the lodge that allows you to solve a quest. You go and you start out as a level 1 mage, so to speak, or level 1 explorer, and you go up and down the hallways and they tell you where to go. You beat different quests and you do different things in order to make it to the end. You get different gems that allows you to complete your task, and then at the very end you get to fight the big boss or the big overlord that you have to then either free the bear or you have to beat the dragon, and then you finish your quest. Now we were told it's like 3.5 to 4 hours. I'm telling you, do it over, if you're going to do a couple days, do it over the time frame, because we tried to do it in an afternoon and it was like 6 hours of frustration. The dragon was extremely hard to beat, and you pay $15.99 basically to play the game, and then once you're done and leave the resort, then you have to pay $15.99 again. Like when we go back, if we want to beat the dragon, we pay $15.99 just to beat the dragon. The game's done. So if you're going to do it, span it out. We tried an entire afternoon, and we ended up 6 hours later not beating it. It was a little frustrated. So it's an all-encompassing game. It's very long. It's very up and down. And so my kids would have rather gone to the water park, quite frankly, than play Magi Quest as long as we did. So it ran, their energy and their attention span kind of ran out towards about the middle of the game. And part of that is our own fault because we tried it on the last day and we should have just been playing it all along and taken maybe an hour or two to play certain quests, and then be probably towards the end, by the time we were getting ready to leave, it would have been a more enjoyable experience. So that's one of my tips to you as well, is make sure that when you're playing Magi Quest, you space it out. You don't do it all in one afternoon. So they have Shadow Quest and Compass Quest, which are two different types of games that you can play after you beat Magi Quest. Or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can do Shadow Quest or Compass Quest. They are all different. They're all the same type of thing, so you're going to wave your wand at things, but they're all different types of quests. So if you go through and you really enjoy, Magi Quest, and you get it done really fast, and you can run around, and you have a child that's just really, really into it, then those other two quest games might be fun for you. Or if you plan to come back, then you don't just have Magi Quest go over and do the whole thing again. You get to come back and do a different adventure. So that's kind of the benefit to that. So yes. Okay, so you can see we were kind of up and down the hallways quite a bit there. And once you pass that double door, like if you go back in the video a little bit, you can see there's like this big double door with a staircase. If you're looking at the video, it's to the right, and then you start seeing all the hotel rooms. So all the Magi Quest and Compass Quest and Shadow Quest items are all in the front of each hallway, that then in the back are all the hotel rooms. So you can see now why I say they're kind of running up and down the hallways. So you can see that if you're close to those items, you're going to have a lot of foot noise and a lot of movement outside your room. So just kind of food for thought when you're choosing a room, or when you talk about a room or think about a room. You can also call the customer service and request to have your room towards the back so that you don't have any of those interruptions. So the next video here up front, you're going to see the actual Magi Quest store, and it has anything and everything you want for this game. It has any color wand, any color topper, and then it has things as simple merchandise like a belt to hold your wand in, and costumes, and they do a knighting ceremony every day for the people who have completed the quest. They actually knight them and give them like a certificate. It's kind of cool. So we got to the end, but we never completed, so we've never been knighted, but they told us about the little ceremony when we bought our wand. So price, right? How much is it? So now here's the Magi Quest store. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's really cool and fun to look at. So to play Magi Quest depends on how elaborate you want to go. They have toppers for the wands, like I had mentioned. They also have the wands themselves, and they each have a different price. Now the toppers can go as high as you want it to go. It can go all the way up to, I believe it's like $10 or $15 for a topper. The wands, in retrospect, are, I think, start around $15 and then go upwards of $20 or $30, I think. And so depends on how much you want to spend. And here's another budget travel tip. So us being a large family and traveling on a budget, we actually grabbed a wand for the 4 children and then a wand for my oldest. It was Christmas time, and that was what she wanted for Christmas, so we bought her a wand and a topper for her. But the other kids, they all got to share a wand. This actually worked out really well. It was a family activity, so they weren't off by themselves, and we all got to solve the quest together. So we all went down the hallway, and they each took turns at each part of the game. So when you come back and they give you a new clue, you go out, and then it was the next child's turn, and so on and so forth. And so they all got to work on sharing and being responsible and passing that wand back and forth. So it was altogether a good experience in that aspect. On the bottom of the wand where the topper goes, they gave us a little round disc to kind of put on the bottom of the wand. It just looked like the bottom of a normal wand, so it didn't look any different than having a topper or not. So we saved a little bit of money there. And if we had bought wands for all the kids, we probably would have walked out of there at about $100 as a grand total. And we really didn't want to spend that kind of money and spend it elsewhere that would be more fun. So, or cut our budget and be under budget and not spend a ton of money. So that was why we had kind of made the decision we made. Anyway. So now here's the Magi Quest store. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's really cool and fun to look at. So the next few things you're going to see are the Greatwolf store. You're going to see the Scoops spa area for mom and me, or you and your daughter. And then there's the golf and the 10-paw bowling alley. The store is really cool. They have where you can, it's almost like a little Build-A-Bear. You can stuff an animal. They have lots of different souvenir items that you can buy. And there's an area for the kids to be able to color. They do some craft items there too. So check your schedule when you get in, because they have all different kinds of things at Greatwolf. They have yoga in the morning. They have all kinds of activities that you can do throughout the day if you don't plan on going to the water park or doing Magi quests. So they have a whole list of these activities. They're posted on the TV, but they're also given to you at your check-in. So be on the lookout for that if you have a smaller child or a child that's interested in other things other than the water park or Magi quest. Let's talk a little bit about Scoops. Scoops is an ice cream themed spa. It does manicures and pedicures for young children and then also their mom. Of course, you have to buy everything a la carte. So they have a cute little robe that you get, mom and her daughter, and then they get to spend some time together having their feet pampered and their nails done. So it's really sweet if you want to take your daughter there, and you can get a tiara and be pampered and dress up, and it's kind of fun to take your girls to that. But it is just nail services, so pedicure, manicure, and then they have these fun little scents that smell like candy and ice cream, which is probably why the theme is Scoops. So the Half Moon Golf is 9 creative holes that you get to work through. It's all glow in the dark. It's really fun and fantastic, and if your kids really enjoy mini golf, that's the place to go. The 10 Paws Bowling Alley is a lot of fun. Again, it's also kind of a glow bowl. The ball is very light, so you're able to have a child that's young be able to throw a ball down the alley, which is really wonderful. There is like no limitations to children and being able to bowl. So it is small in there. Both of these areas are very small. I've never seen it to have lines, but you may have to come back if the lanes are not free. There's only like 5 lanes in this little bowling alley, as you'll get to see, but kids have a blast. So I'm sure you'll enjoy the video. Do the little robes come with like the packages you bought?
There's one package, which would be the Scoop Princess package. It comes with a spa wrap. You're able to buy the robes at a discounted price if you get a service, but they leave with a nail polish, a tiara, and an ice cream voucher.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then over here we use bath bomb, sugar scrub, and lotion scented like chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry during the service as well.
Awesome. food. So we're going to talk a little bit about what they offer downstairs by the water park. And then after that, it's the water park, which everybody's been looking forward to, I'm sure. So they have a little diner downstairs. It offers pizza and subs and salads and drinks. They do have a machine, so if you buy a cup, that's a fun thing. So our first trip, we had been told, and this was in Massachusetts, if we buy the cup, every time we come back to Greatwolf Lodge, we would be able to use it. The cup is like $14.99. So to us, we thought that was a great deal, another budget buy, right? And we would just use it again. The second trip we came, we brought our cups, and it worked out just fine. On the third trip, they started putting chips in the cups, and then they said, well, the cup is only good for each trip that you come, so every time you come back, you have to buy a new cup. We were a little disappointed. So our first 2 trips, that worked out well. When you buy a cup, you have unlimited soda. You get to refill as much as you want. Now with the new rules in place and the new soda cups that they've got, you have to have a chip inside the actual cup. It registers on the machine. They're the machines that you see at the restaurants. You can pick 100 different flavors. It's a Coke machine. And so it registers the chip and allows you to get your soda, but you have to renew that every time you come back. So now every time you visit, it's $14.99. Now, for us, we drink a lot of water, so we can always go to the machine and get water. Our cups are still handy for that. But if you plan to drink soda, my husband's a soda freak and loves soda, then you might want to consider buying a cup if you're going to be there for a long period of time, or bring your own. You can always get ice. So that little diner, their pizza is actually decent. Pizza, it is expensive again. So if you think you can find a better deal at any of the other restaurants surrounding in the Poconos, then have at that. But I will tell you, Poconos pizza is expensive. We have come from Florida, and in Florida we were able to get pizza and it wasn't that expensive. But it's all about where you choose to go. We've had success here in the Poconos with Pizza Hut. Don't love it, but it's cheaper. So if that's something that you're looking to do, you can always buy a pizza or buy a pizza there out of convenience. Their pizza is pretty good. So, and then we have the water park, and it has a little store inside. So if you forgot your sandals or your shoes or your bathing suit, hey, conveniently they have a place to buy one. But no budget-friendly person should ever leave home without their water shoes or their swimsuits, because you're going to pay big money if you forgot something. But budget-minded, you can always go to Walmart and pick something up, probably for cheaper. So if you're willing and able and want to leave the resort, you can always go and find it somewhere else, which is probably a good budget hint. All right, so the next few, you're going to see the water park, you're going to see the diner downstairs, and the water park is fantastic. It's really wonderful. It's worth every penny. The kids played and played and played and played hours there. They have wonderful slides. There is a limit on the height requirements, so you have to watch your height requirements. And they don't check people. Neither one of those places really checked whether or not you were tall enough, but they have something up there that they can check. I did ride on the slides with my kids, had a blast. And they have tables everywhere. Hint, make sure you come down early in the morning. The park opens at 10 a.m. and it closes at 8 p.m. So you want to be there early so you can get yourself a nice table. They have chairs out by the wave pool, but we really enjoyed the tables that were that had the chairs and tables around them, because when it came to lunchtime, that place was packed and it took a while to get the food. And if you're doing a dining plan, you're going to be eating downstairs anyway, so make sure you have a table that you can put all your kiddos at and that they can all eat. And then really you don't spend much more time there unless you're going to sit and read or you don't plan to get in the water. Great activities for kids. They have little slides for children, bucket that falls over, and the gymnasium full of water. My kids loved the basketball in the water, the lazy river. And then they also have a kids hot tub, which they spend a good amount of time in the kids hot tub. They have an adult only hot tub, 18 and older. No, I believe it's 21 and older. Actually, there's a bar there. And they do have alcohol there and in the water park as well. So if you wanted to go on a romantic weekend and you're looking to drink, they do have that available. And then the hot tub's only for adults. And then the hot tub only for kids. and you have to be 21 or older to go in the hot tub, only for adults. So they have cabanas available for families. They are expensive, again. The cabanas have a table inside of them and a lawn chair, and the only benefit is that you have like a set space that you can come and go from. Some of the cabanas are up by the bar, but if you are a cabana type of person or a cabana type of family, then they do have them available. It is indoors, so it's not like you have sun glaring on you, and so the cabanas, to me, as a budget-friendly person, are not worth it. They have plenty of other places to sit that are nice. They do have a hamburger bar, hot dog bar that's inside the water park itself. And so for our dining plan, we had the ability to go there, get the pizza. And the hot dogs and hamburgers are pretty decent there. They have french fries, they have pretzels, they have Slurpees. They have all kinds of different items at that particular, I think they call it the snack shack or something. And so you're able to get food while you're playing at the water park at any point in time. Again, if you're not on a dining plan, pretty expensive. I think it cost about $10 a burger for a cheeseburger, and I think it was $8 something for a hamburger. Little hint though, if you're going to go for kids meals, which are about $6.50, $7, you're still going to spend the same amount, roughly $1 more for a adult size hamburger. So you might want to just go upgrade to the adult size hamburger if you're really hungry. Don't go for the kids meals. And if your kids are really, big eaters, then you might want to get an adult meal and spend the extra $1. And ice cream. How could I forget the ice cream? Of course, there's ice cream. So down by the pizza, they have Dippin' Dots, and they have regular ice cream, so you can have ice cream sundaes. So if you love ice cream, this is the place to get it. that video, you could hear, if you listen really carefully, the howl of the wolf at the water park, and it's signaling that the water is starting to become wavy, that the wave pool is on. And so you hear that, I think the wolf cries maybe 3 or 4 times. The kids all come running and jump into the water. They all know what that means. But it runs for a little bit, and then it's slow, and it's just still water, and then the waves come, and it comes in a cycle. I think every 5 or 10 minutes it will go for a little bit, and then it'll turn off. So and then you can see that as you go through the elevator, it's glass, so you can see as it comes up, you can see throughout the entire resort in the front. And as you turn around and come out of the elevator, you have a direct connection and window into the water park. It's a pretty neat resort altogether. So price, right? That's what everybody wonders. Well, for our family, the first time we went, I think we spent about maybe $500 or $600 for about 2 nights. And what we found out was the second night that we stayed, they slipped a little flyer under our door that says, if you want to stay one more night, it's $99. And the rooms cost anywhere between $250 and several $1,000s, depending on the time when you want to come. Now, if you're savvy and you're a budgeter like I am, I'm looking for those off seasons. I'm looking for when they want to give me those rooms for $99. And I just got an email this week, so if you join their email list, or if you stay overnight, you can join the email list. They'll start sending you things like that. And I just got one in my inbox this week, $99 to stay a night. And if I just book that one night, and then I'll get the second night for $99 instead of booking 2 or 3 nights in a row. And that way, and as a midwife, that works out for us, because there's no guarantee that I'll be staying overnight if I have people do. So that's worked out for us. So the last time we went, we spent about $300 for 2 nights, and that included our dining plan. The dining plan, I believe, is $35 per adult plus $14.99 per kid, and that gives you the ability to eat at night on the buffet. It also gives you the ability to eat in the water park, or it's a $10 voucher towards a meal, either pizza or burgers. And then it gives you the breakfast buffet in the morning. It was a good deal. The breakfast was pretty decent. Dinner was pretty decent. But they have almost the same thing every night. So if you're looking to do a dining plan multiple nights, be ready to eat the same thing. And if you don't like that, might want to pack your food. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions at all, any thing that you want to add, or anything that you experienced that was a little bit different than what I experienced, please add to the comments below and give me a good thumbs up and subscribe.